The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN to get a $25 deposit bonus. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no voice, no guys, me. Really well, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service, kinda. The kindness because I can't hit a pick, Scott. Well, no, I can't hit a pick. I let me not throw that what's the word? Lie into the atmosphere. I can't hit picks. I'm actually hitting a number of picks. I just can't hit a fucking lock. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I mean, granted. The injury bug did come out. Oh man, I don't know if y'all caught it out there, but and there's probably some I like it when I start talking about people, and then I know there's probably people that fall into that group that are listening, and now they're listening to me talking about them. But there was a huge fan base of Caitlin Clark fans over the weekend that were now using the Underdog Fantasy injury report as like further proof to fuel their agenda that the WNBA has an injury problem, and they're the reason that Caitlin Clark is hurt right now. When it's not just she had a a hamstring calf injury during practice in preseason, and now that's like the league has an injury problem apparently because it's too physical, and I just think that's hilarious. Like,
you forgot to rope in the Page concussion with that.
Oh yeah, Page concussion too, and they've been like they went through the entire injury report. See, this is the physicality issue with the W, and I'm like.
You didn't hear Caitlin showed up and immediately became 90s NBA basketball? You didn't hear that?
Oh, dog. And it's so, and also, let's also throw in there, I saw a TMZ clip. Very funny because I didn't know people still like walk around with the cameras. Like, because those people don't actually work for TMZ. They just record
No, they just sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, that's insane. But they don't actually work for TMZ. They just sell it. So they sold a clip to TMZ of Candace Parker leaving some spot, and they were asking her all these questions about Caitlin Clark, and they were like, "How do you feel about how it's being officiated? How people have a target out for her and everything?" And she was very condescending about it, and I was like, "Man, this is like it's so funny because you're trying to be funny asking Candace Parker these questions, but Candace Parker literally got beat to hell her rookie year, and she won Rookie of the Year."
She won MVP.
She won Rookie of the Year and MVP in her rookie year, and she was getting the shit beat out of her. Like, it was like there were fights, full-on fights on screen because they kept fouling her so hard. Oh man, it's so funny. It's so funny. With that being said, the league does not have a physicality issue, and it's going to be like this over the course of the season. Like, shout out Miles talking about, have they seen a men's NBA injury report? Yeah. That thing, hey, they be hurt in the men's NBA and don't even be playing, Scott.
Yeah, that's true.
They be hurt in the other NBA, they be hurt and don't even be playing. Like, that's crazy. At least they played and got hurt in the W. In the M, I'm about to start calling it the M, Scott. In the M, they be hurt and don't even be playing.
We don't have much time left in the M. We have a maximum of 7 games left, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, dude, it might be 4. Might be 4 games left in the M.
We'll save that for the series preview coming out probably Tuesday, maybe? I mean, finals start Thursday, so we have some time. But either way.
I'm so glad I'm no longer in the playoffs either. I can actually enjoy it.
Oh, we're in the acceptance stage of the grieving process?
No, like, first of all, I'm not grieving. I'm not fucking grieving. I told you they weren't gonna win.
Yeah, I know.
I knew this. I cashed my 6 games bet with the thought of whoever gets to game 6 and is down is going to lose. I knew this. Scott Reichel, people. Scott, what's going on? Whoops.
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, can't really complain too much. Definitely had some, to be honest, enjoyment from the NBA game yesterday. I had a good time in that second half, of being fully honest here. But overall, looking forward to the W. A lot of games. It's officially Commissioner's Cup Day, so that's going to be starting.
I enjoyed the game yesterday too. You want to know what I enjoyed?
I gotta figure out which prop you had in the game.
Nah, it's not prop based.
It's not prop based?
Just what moment from the entire night did I enjoy the most? Scott, this is easy. This is so easy. You gotta think about it.
Seeing Sophie Cunningham and Alexi Hull courtside?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Taking a guess.
No.
Taking a guess. The game went off the rails quickly for the Knicks, so it definitely wasn't anything in the second half. Was it Landry Shamet going over his 2.5?
It was. Okay. See, if I give this hit, it's gonna be very clear and obvious what it was. But think pregame, during the game, postgame. So not just during the game. It could be
easy. Never having to hear Reggie Miller broadcast again.
No. God, you're bad at this, Scott.
That's a good guess.
It was not a pretty good guess.
How that's not a good guess? Did it inside the NBA?
Oh, no. Well, it did happen it might have happened during inside the NBA, but favorite part of the night, easiest part of the night.
When Reggie Miller said that Josh Hart was flopping on the floor, even though he was half dead.
No, yeah, and you know what? Reggie Miller was like, it was
so bad on
like,
the call.
And people try to make the comparison to Mike Breen, but like Mike Breen's never making comments. He's literally
Breen is very impartial when he does NBA games on ESPN. But I thought Reggie Miller was horrible.
But it's because he's a Knicks the Knicks play-by-play, and like
he does a good job though of subduing that when he's doing national games. But yeah, where are you going with this?
So
mine was Landry Shamet going over 2.5 points, and he had 10. That was my favorite part of the game.
I did see that prop, and I did think about playing it, but it was Landry Shamet, so I didn't. But my favorite part of the game was, I would like to announce the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
Oh, of course. Halliburton got destroyed.
He pulled a Drewski.
Yeah. He did. He lost 5 votes to 4. Yeah.
Hey, did you see he came from the back? He was in the back. He came to the front.
He walked up, and it just was not meant to be for him. No. I forgot to piece that together. I think I forgot to include that because I just stopped watching. I saw the clips on YouTube, but there was no reason for me to keep watching when the game was over. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So that was pretty fun.
Nobody wants to see that, but like I definitely did want to see Hallie win the MVP. That was the worst part. Winning the Larry Bird Trophy in Indiana. No. That Pascal Siakam. Shout out to Pascal Siakam. Matter of fact, take you a flyer on Pascal Siakam to win Finals MVP just for that.
Jaylen Brown situation?
No, don't actually do that. That would imply that they actually win the series. When's the last time an MVP came from the losing team? I know it's happened before.
Wouldn't it be Jerry West?
Oh, it might be Jerry West.
Because LeBron didn't get it when they lost, and he averaged like 40 and change. So
if they weren't going to do it then, they're never going to do it ever again. Never again. No. All right. Sean and Ryan are going to be ripping packs live on air next Monday night. They'll be breaking a case of Panini Prisms with DAPS, and you can get 10% off your favorite team with promo code SGPN. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break to get in on the action. Let's see here. Just look in the chat. Yeah, fade my locks for sure. We got a lot of other stuff to talk about. Yeah, I guess the games are only on League Pass today.
What a missed opportunity, by the way. You have literally no basketball games until next Thursday. You could put them on any channel you want.
That missed opportunity by the TV networks. Like, I'm sure the W was like, yeah, you could throw another game on national TV if you want.
I still don't know how good or bad the W's ratings are this season, but you aren't competing with anything. There's no hockey until Wednesday. You have no NBA until Thursday. You have no other sports. You can just throw them on there competing with baseball. NBA TV, put on something.
Well, honestly, I would recommend everybody get WNBA League Pass, though, if you haven't. It's not like the men's where it's $100-something, and it's actually it's really convenient to watch games like this. So, if you don't have WNBA League Pass, I would get it. Let's see here. All right, Scott. 4 games to go over here. Not a lot of time. 3 p.m. is the first game. We've got tipping off on NBC Boston, by the way. Connecticut Sun on the road going to play the New York Liberty. Liberty are playing 4 games in 6 nights here, Scott.
Yep.
Lay at 18.5. 163.5 is the total.
Sun, though, got themselves a win.
Yeah. They did. They did get themselves a win. And they have the same record as the Wings right now.
Yep.
Shout out to the Sun. Shout out to the Fever, who are right there next to the Sky at 2-4 to start their season. Shout out to the everybody at the bottom, because even the Sparks are down there at 2-5. Wow, holy crap! A lot of people at the bottom here.
Started at the bottom. Now we're here, still at the bottom. But,
Oh my gosh,
a lot of bad teams in the league, but that's expected every year, isn't it?
yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's see here. What do we have? We've got Lindsey Allen is out for the Connecticut Sun. And then for the New York Liberty, Nair Sabali is still questionable for this game. No injury designation on Jocko Jones. I can't admit I was in the building for that game on Friday, Scott. And I mean, in warm-ups, Jocko looked fine. During the game, she looked fine. After the game, she said she's fine. She said it was just I was talking to her. She said it was just like a hamstring tweak or something like that. Nothing really serious, but just something they wanted to be precautious about.
No, they gave her the. Did you see who we're playing against tonight? And then they almost lost, but they won anyway. So, shout out to the Valkyries though. They tried their asses off.
Yeah, they really did.
They
really
could not grab a rebound for the entire final 5 minutes. That's why they lost the game. But
there was a point. There was a point at the end of the game where I was very, very noticeably cheering for the Valkyries.
Yeah,
because I mean, the Liberty take one loss. That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But the Valkyries get a win over the Liberty, and that's huge.
No, the issue is they kept fouling Stewie on every loose ball rebound because they couldn't get a rebound down the stretch.
It's also really, really hard to like do anything with Stewie.
No, they couldn't do anything there, and Cloud had the wide
I just saw a video. I always knew Stewie had a long wingspan, but I just saw a video that put it in perspective where I'm like, oh, because like she was standing in the middle of the concourse and she reached her arms out and was giving both sides 5.
Yeah. Sounds right.
You know how big that is? You know how big of a wingspan that
I feel like
concourse thing is pretty big.
Somehow Brianna Stewart's become kind of like underrated in the grand scheme of things. Like
because everybody else's guy is so much better, and it
pretty
just
much
feels like she's just constantly as good as she was.
Yes, but like when you think about her prime, she has like an all-time great prime in college and in the W. Like so, yeah she's a monster.
Championships and all of that. Yeah.
Even at UConn, she was insane at UConn.
MVP 3 years ago, MVP.
That's
2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years.
Yeah, it's a controversial topic, but yes, she did win MVP a couple years ago.
It would be after this season that it would be 3 years. Okay.
We're still salty about that result, by the way.
Oh, for sure. AT could have got her one. Like AT could have got her one.
Plus 5,000.
Yeah.
That's why we're still salty about it. But anyway, I'll ask you for this game though, because it seems like Jonquil's back, and I know that Sabali might not play, but it seems like they're fine. Connecticut's off a win. It is a Commissioner's Cup game. You mentioned the scheduling spot, though, for the Liberty. It's not great. The counterpoint is, well, Jonquil could have played against the Valkyrie, and they said, you know what, we got a Commissioner's Cup game up next. We'll make sure she's healthy for that. It matters for both teams because you're in a Commissioner's Cup scenario, so the Liberty want to potentially win another title, which they've won this event before. It comes down to the Liberty's focus. It's kind of like game 1 against the Valkyries. If they want to kill this team, they'll win by 20. If they don't care, they'll win by 10. So they pick whatever they want. Do you think Connecticut builds off the last game, or do you think the Liberty just beat them and win by 25?
It's very frustrating because it feels like that the rest factor probably should mean something. I mean, we're getting to 20 points here, and you're on the 4th game in 6 nights. Like, you can beat this team. You can beat them convincingly and have a pretty good point differential. Have a good point differential against them and not beat them by 19 points.
Yeah.
And Connecticut's been competing, to say the least. They went
for at
out
least
there
a half in these games.
very. I just knew that Fever team should not have been laying double digits
Yeah.
like that. But like, I don't know. I guess Connecticut. I wouldn't bet that though.
It's so tough though because the game after the Valkyries game, they just destroyed the Mystics by 22 on the road. They just destroyed that damn team. I think I'm gonna go Liberty. I'm not gonna bet the 18.5. Just full disclosure here, but I do think this team's definitely capable of destroying this team, and I think that the Sun, despite beating up on the Fever early on in that game, it got a bit dicey there late in the fourth quarter. I think it might have just been the Fever looking horrible without Caitlin Clark. And the fact is, it seems like Stephanie White's got her work cut out for trying to manufacture wins without Caitlin in the lineup. But they had a great game from Mabry at 26. She was 10 of 17 from the floor. I don't see that happening again. Tina Charles had 18 points with 11 turnovers. But the point is that it felt like both of the big two for that team actually showed up in the same game. I still don't trust anybody else on the roster to do anything. I think the offense for Connecticut doesn't do anything. So I'll go with the Liberty in this one. Think I like the under in this game, though. I think the Liberty's defense clamped down, and it also does factor into the fatigue angle, where maybe the Liberty just missed some shots. But on a back-to-back, they gave up 63 to the Mystics. I'm just not sure how much the Sun actually score in this game. So I'll go with the under in this game. The Liberty score in the 80s. Connecticut might not even reach 70 in this game. So I'll go with
What
the
I
under.
will say, what I will say about that Mystics game Friday night is that the Mystics really just missed shots. Like it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything that I thought the Liberty were really doing per se. It was just like a lot of like Aaliyah Edwards missed some gimmies, Kiki missed some gimmies. It was Shakira Austin missed a lot of shots.
I still enjoyed how the intensity was there for the Liberty, though. They could have easily packed it in, but they decided, you know what, we're going to actually try to take care of business, and they did.
And that's what Natasha Cloud was talking about when I was talking to her before the game. She was like, "Yeah, like we're gonna go out there. Like we don't want to be playing in this game. No, nobody wants to be playing in back to back. Nobody wants to play a fourth game in 6 nights or anything like that. But like, you just got to go out there and do what you got to do. So like,
which is exactly what you want to hear, by the way, if you're interested in Liberty futures. Exactly what you want to hear.
Oh, dude, what? I'm so bought in. Like I'm
so mine.
I'm so bought.
I was bought in after watching Natasha Cloud play one game.
Yeah, and then like rapping with her in a little interview session, I'm like, oh, Natasha Cloud is so locked into like getting another ring.
By the way, J Doll was mentioning that the first 6 or 7 Commissioner Cup games last year went under.
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds pretty right. I mean, you tend to expect more defense because the games matter. These games matter a bit more than most regular season games.
I can't really get.
You mentioned point differential, but who are the Liberty competing with at this point? You have the Fever, who are half dead.
No, yeah, they're not.
That's kind of it.
I mean, they're really not competing with anybody. Like, there's nobody to compete with on the East bracket at all. Atlanta actually looks pretty decent.
I guess, but the point is, we initially liked the Fever, but now with Caitlin being out indefinitely, they got no chance.
No, so yeah, if you're looking for your Commissioner's Cup other bet on this side of the bracket, other than the Liberty, at this point, it can only be Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's only Atlanta. Let me go back and wait, no, that's golf.
Scheffler's going to win anyway.
Is he really?
He's up again.
Oh, dang it, I'm too late.
He is so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I should just go start putting Scotty Scheffler bets down and then just leaving and coming back to like money in the account.
He's the most dominant golfer I've seen in a long time. Guy's really, really good.
Yeah, let's see here. Indiana Fever is somehow still 8-1 in the odds. That's crazy.
Well, the argument is Caitlin will come back at some point, but if they end up 0-1 or whatever, that might be enough to get them out of the
because all these games are about to be like back to back. She might miss the entire. Because what is it? 2 weeks? 2 weeks from what day?
I know. I was saying like as a minimum, she might miss like 2 games. She can miss more in this competition, but they're not going to win out with her not playing.
Let me see.
They might even be Connecticut with her not playing.
The last game is on the 17th. Oh, yeah, she's missing way too many games. Even if she comes back, she's missing, for sure, missing the Mystics game. Probably missing. Okay, after the misses game, you got till Saturday until the Sky game. So I mean, maybe she takes the whole week off, come back on Saturday, but like that's not even guaranteed. She's
Mhm.
probably missing it. So they'd have to beat the Mystics and the Sky without her, and that's not guaranteed.
And then even when she comes back, they have to beat the Liberty, which they did not do at home about a week ago.
Yep, and then you got the Dream, who look pretty good right now.
Yeah,
Like,
they gave him 2 good games.
yeah, yeah. I would much rather take a flyer on the Atlanta Dream actually being good and somehow finding themselves into the final game.
Yeah.
Maybe the Liberty. Maybe this fatigue prior to messes the Liberty up, but like nah, bro. It's really just the Liberty on the east side. It's not too much I really like there. Like I was saying, yeah,
I like the under. I'm just going to play it safe here. A couple ways to get there. The Liberty look exhausted. Maybe the game's ugly.
I don't
Commissioners
even
Commissioners Cup intensity, or Connecticut offensively just doesn't do anything. There's a couple of ways to get there.
I don't even think I like the under because it's just the 4 games and 6 nights. Like, what if the Liberty don't care defensively? Like, and
Like,
Connecticut's bad enough to still let them. They push the pace fast enough where this could be up and down, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
yeah, it could be.
Just give me Connecticut plus the points, and I'm just hope that Connecticut loses by like 16, 17. I don't think that is anything big, but when the backups come in towards the end, that's where it gets a little bit closer. Maybe a backdoor cover here, but
I understand that.
yeah. Maybe I feel confident about Connecticut more in the first half because Liberty did kind of let the Misses hang around a little bit in that first half. Second half is really where they blew it open.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Before we get to that, gotta talk to you about Edge Boost. Make sure you head over there and lock in with Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved, no usage fees, no minimums, and earn cashback rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also about to talk about Underdog Fantasy. So hey, looky here. You still got the extender going on, and I can't wait to just break down everything Underdog's going to have going on for the NBA Finals. We still got pick'em entries going here, and I mean, if there's not a lot of things that's been going right, the pick'em entries are. I don't even remember what they are. I forgot what the record is already. I think they're 3-4 because they were. Yeah, I think they're 3-4. Because last one we lost because of Kelsey Plum. I mean,
She was so bad in that game. She was
Jackie
so
Young,
bad.
Jackie Young had her in a
Yeah.
seatbelt.
Not the
No,
revenge game you were looking for if you're a Kelsey Plum.
nope, not at all. Sign up with NBA SGPN and claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code NBA SGPN. All right, 3 games at 6 p.m. here.
Yep.
Los Angeles Sparks at home going to play the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury are catching 5 on the road here. 164 is the total. No AT in this game for the Mercury. AT picking up where she left off in Unrivaled with lower leg injury. He got Lexi Held is questionable for this game as well for the Mercury. And then for the Los Angeles Sparks, no Rakia, still out personal reasons. We know no Bray Burrell or Cameron Brink. All right. Can the Mercury? Well, and so this is the thing that I've yet to figure out. One, how good are the Sparks? And two, how good are the Sparks? Because the Lynx and the Mercury game look really, really ugly without Nafisa Collier and AT in the game. And so there is a door open for the Sparks to go here and steal a win against the Mercury team, Scott, that I would like to add before you say it. That you already was questioning offensively and now they don't have AT. But again, question number 1 and question number 2 are, damn, how good are the Sparks?
I mean, you're saying how good. We could also argue how bad. They
Or
don't look
yeah,
too good right now. Tell you that much. They do not look
yeah.
too good.
Wow, I guess I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Well, because they have talent. I mean, Rakia's missed some time. Plum, we know, had a monster first game. She had like 37. They got Hamby. Brink's been banged up. Like, there are some talented players on the roster, but I mean, right now they just are not meshing together at all. Or you've had people miss some time, but they do not look good. I don't know how they're laying 5.5 in this game. I get the argument is that AT is such a big piece for the Mercury, but do you trust the Sparks to be laying 5.5? Because I don't.
I mean, I guess I do just because of the fact of like it's the Mercury without AT is a step down.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big
definitely.
step down, and everybody has to be on offensively because I think the Sparks are still going to be able to find ways to score. And if you can't keep up, and that's just the thing, it's been that everybody else has been able to keep up with them. For real. I mean, the Valkyries game that they lost was ugly, but like the first game against Phoenix, Phoenix was able to score 89. The second game against, I mean, the game against Atlanta, Atlanta was able to score 88. You know that 96 piece that we saw in that last game against the Aces that blew the cover. Like if you could score, yeah, you could be there with them. But is Phoenix going to be able to score here?
I like the under in the game. I know the
Yeah.
Sparks aren't a good defense, but I still think with AT being out, there's going to be too many questions for the Mercury. And defensively, this team's been pretty good. So I kind of like the under in this game.
No, Sparks and under doesn't go well with me.
I mean, I also have the Mercury, so that does go pretty well for me.
Yeah, give me Sparks and over. I think the Sparks get it done. They're 2-5. They're desperate. They realize that this is probably going to be. And then what's going on? Dallas after that, Golden State after that. Yeah, you're not even looking ahead to anything.
They have the
Focus
opposite.
here.
They have the opposite of look good games.
Yeah, and they're going on the road, so they protect home court here, get it done last home game, and then go on the road. Yeah, I'll take the Sparks.
All right.
Oh, we didn't talk about props in the first game, but like that's going to be a ass kicking, so I'm actually fine not going back to that. But props here.
I mean, are you blindly going with Satu? Because who else is going to do anything on this team? I know you. I know you're not going to trust Sammy Whitcomb.
No, and it also without AT to get the ball to everybody, it just kind of feels like it's going to be more of a struggle. Like it was really, really ugly against that Lynx game. And I think it was less of the Lynx defense and more of just they didn't know what to do without AT.
And Nafisa didn't even play.
Yeah.
Which killed my dog, by the way. Because I had the spread with the team total under, and Nafisa ended up not playing. But
Dude.
happened.
I mean, Flo had Minnesota, Nafisa didn't play, they didn't cover. You had I had Seattle, freaking Alicia Clark didn't play.
I had the Storm, and they blew like a 20-point lead in the second half at home.
Yeah, it was 17.
Whatever. It
Crazy.
was around 20. It was rough.
It,
But
it, it was like 17 with like towards the end of the third quarter, I want to say, and then they just
I
fell
just
off a
checked back,
wagon.
and the Dream were winning. I'm like, what the hell just
Yeah, they
happened?
fell off a
But,
wagon. It was horrible. That was my lot. It was very annoying.
mm,
Oh, we locked up the same thing. That's what happened.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if it's not Sats, give me I just think give me all the Sparks. I think the Sparks are going to be able to score here, at the very least.
Do you think it's a bounce back game for Plum?
Yeah,
She's at 22.5 points.
she's going to be running and gunning the whole game. They're going to be looking to push the pace, make plays. They're. I feel like they're desperate and they want to get a win here. Nobody wants to be 2-5. Even the Fever and the Sky are better than 2-5.
Mm.
Granted, they played one less game, but still. All right. Yeah, that's really it there. If it's anything on the Mercury side, it would be Satu. I think that's the only thing they're offering too.
Yeah, I'll go with Satu rebounds at 8.5. It's at even money. She ended up having 11 last game. I think it's a decent spot. Yes, the Sparks are very good at preventing rebounds, but looking at the actual spot itself, with no AT, there's a lot of rebounds up for grabs now, and Satu is already the main person who'd be grabbing them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I just think based on the extra amount of chances, Satu probably walks into 10 in this game. I don't mind the double-double angle from Satu.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
It's plus 125. I'd rather just take the rebounds at even money for 8.5, but still.
All right, I will go with De'Erica because
Okay.
no AT. She's going to find it very, very easy on the inside here. And she had 15 points that last game, but prior to that, 21, 25, 29, and 23 because there was no interior pressure for the Phoenix Mercury. And ultimately, that's my scare for the Mercury in this game is that who's who's slowing anything down on the inside? Not Maddie Westbelt.
Yeah.
Sure
True.
not. Or not Maddie. That's Maddie is on the sky. It's Catherine. Kathy. That would Maddie Cat. If I had like daughters, that kind of sounds. I think
Yo, Westbelt.
yeah, but it's the K one. I'm pretty sure it's the K Westbelt. That's on the Mercury, and the M is on
Kalani Brown.
Yeah, shout Kalani. Yeah, Catherine. I knew it was Catherine. Wow, there's so many different ways to spell Catherine. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
All right, you know the Westbelts have a huge following. Huge following. By the way, Scott, I do want to point out, I wish I took a screenshot of it because it was the Sky in the Mercury game. And no. What game was it?
How long ago are we talking about?
I don't know. It was like over the weekend. Either
Okay.
way, it was over the weekend. I think it was the Wings game. But they were basically talking about how, yeah, it was the Wings game. They were talking about the draft class, Paige Becker's draft class in high school and how good they were. And they were like, yeah, we got all these top 20 recruits from this draft class in this game. Angel Reese, top 5 recruit, whatever. Paige Becker's top 5 recruit. What is it? Haley, top 5 recruit. And then it was like Maddie, 20. And I was like, okay. If I'm Maddie, I would have been like, why y'all have to add me to the graphic?
Yeah.
Y'all could have just made this like a top 5, top 10 thing.
I'd rather not be mentioned at that point.
And I'm not even playing in the game. Like there's let's because it really went from like 1, 3, 5, 20. And I'm like, all right, why you do it's so embarrassing when other people try to talk you up and you're like, okay, no. We don't have to do this. Shout out to the West Belts. Either way, Catherine is getting cooked today by De'Erica. Give me De'Erica over 17.5. I like the rebounds as well if you want to add that piece to it. All right. What else we got here, Scott? Rithmm. Let's go. Whoopi for Adam has been doing really good, Scott. I will admit. I was questionable. I didn't realize how he got to the name Whoopi. But
you never saw that movie?
No, I saw the movie, but I just I didn't. When I told Lonte there was a that was released, and I was like, that was my same reaction too, but I just didn't say anything. But I mean, I have a model called Braun Breaker, so like I'm not one to be out here and talking about what people name their models.
Adam and I just go for movie references, so of course he ended up going with Whoopi because she was a basketball coach in one of the movies that she was in.
I think I don't know. Which one would I have went with? What basketball? I think I might have did like a Love and Basketball one.
I know that Adam had a couple of names already. He came up with Rebecca Lobocop. And then I ended up...
Oh my gosh.
I came up with Joanna Terrence Mann. So that's what we've been going with.
Joanna Terrence Mann?
Yeah.
Terrence Mann actually does hoop like Joanna Mann.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie.
So that's why we just merged the two. Joanna Terrence Mann.
So you can go and merge and make your own movie WNBA name and all of that over there at Rithmm. And you can make your own model because the models are super duper easy and it's just the sliders. You move the sliders over here or there and you can create your model and decide, hey, this is it. This is what I value. So, I mean, I'll give you a little bit of insider. Whoopi, she values 3-pointers. She values defense. likes a little bit of pace as well. Just gonna throw that into you. And Whoopi's been doing pretty good. So make sure you head over there to Rithmm, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Hop into their power trends, which are updated daily and exclusive to Rithmm. No touts, no noise, just clean data back bets. Download the Rithmm app and check out power trends here. 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Rithmm. We're also brought to you by Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas are giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for your 12-team league. And you, the winner, will win a 2-night stay at Circle Resort for you and your entire 12-team league. Hold your draft in a cabana in the awesome stadium swim with a $5,000 food and beverage credit, limo transportation to and from the airport, a welcome party at Legacy Club for the league, and a reservation at the world's largest sportsbook with $500 beverage credit for the league, and a 2-hour open bar package at the Overhang Bar if you're not drunk enough already. This contest ends on June 30th, though, so make sure you go enter right now at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And finally, we are brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the NBA Finals, including the WNBA, including the MLB, including tennis, including all of that. They accept customers from a ton of different locations, so you can check and you might be supported. Easy deposit and use lightning fast payouts from cryptocurrency. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right. Let's see here. We've got the next game up on the docket is going to be the Las Vegas Aces on the road going to play the Seattle Storm. Line open up at 1.5. It says 2.5 here, Scott, but I know for a fact I saw Aces 1.5 here because I was like, man, Aces 1.5. And then next thing I knew, it was 3. 159.5 is total. Injury report. And we've got Alicia Clark still questionable for this game with that ankle injury that held her out of the last game. So we'll see if she'll be able to play here today. I don't have a bet on the Storm right now, so she'll probably end up playing.
Well, this just happened, and the Aces got destroyed. So are you picking the revenge game spot? Or do you think that the Storm are just a bad matchup? That's what it comes down to, because the Aces killed the Sparks. Sparks just might not be good. It might just be that simple. But the Aces should have an extra bit of motivation after they got embarrassed in Seattle last week. But I do want to ask you, because I don't really know what there is. I don't want to say to like about the Aces defensively, but I still don't trust them defensively. Doesn't this total feel extremely low when the last game landed like 180? Seattle scored 100. They scored 100 points last game against the Aces. Total feels very low to me.
If there wasn't a game in between, we'd be talking about a deja vu game and all of this. I don't know. I just feel like Seattle controls the pace in Seattle. So, like, but I did have that under last time, and it really, really screwed me. I think it was 157. And it was because Seattle just
it was like 180 and change at the end.
Yeah, because Seattle just wasn't getting was continuing to score the basketball. And that's what makes me nervous, because I do believe that Seattle's defense can kind of hold the Aces a little bit, but I'm not really certain about the Aces defense and if they get up for a spot. So maybe if I were to play the total anyway, I would just say Aces team total under.
Okay.
But I would really want Alicia Clark playing.
Well, I do want to ask, do you agree with the Aces being favored in this game? To start there.
Not really.
I mean,
I get it. I get it, but like that's off of they haven't shown us any kind of defense that makes me comfortable about laying any amount of points on the road with them.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. We just mentioned the Sparks not being that great. Lost to Seattle, lost to the Liberty. So far this season, they've beaten the Sparks, the Mystics, and the Sun. Congratulations, I guess. You've lost every step-up game you've had so far this season. Now, Seattle is once again a team that can be frustrating to deal with because they can easily slip up like that second half against Atlanta. But I do think you can argue the Aces should be favored based on talent. But I saw them get smacked by this team about a week or two ago. So I'm not going to be laying the 2.5. I'd rather go with the over. The total feels pretty short. Even if Seattle regresses offensively, obviously, they scored 102 last game, they went over by 20-plus points in the total. The Aces could have 85 points. Like, the Aces could dictate a lot of the overall scoring, and that's still fine. But I think that this game, having a total below 160, just feels off to me. And the Storm did get shelled defensively, game 94 against the Dream last game at home. I think it's a good spot for the Aces offense to look pretty sharp. They scored 82 in that loss to Seattle. I like the over in the game, and this total's too low.
I'm gonna stick with my under from the last game and just hope that the Seattle Storm don't score 102 again.
All right.
But I like that Aces team total under 82.5. But again, I feel a
Wait,
lot
the
better.
Aces team total under or the Storm team total?
Nah, I like the Aces team total under. I
Okay.
like that because I don't know if the Aces can get stops. I know Seattle can play defense. And so even if the Aces win this game, they can win this game 81, 75, 80. Like, I could see 80 points winning this game from either side. So
I personally don't see that, but I can understand you might argue they just played, they'll be familiar with each other, you have the Commissioner's Cup stuff. I just kind of agree with what Darrell's saying in the comment section about how the Aces aren't actually playing better defense, they're just scoring more than their opponents. That's how
yeah.
I feel. That's good enough for me. I'll go with the over.
All right. No, I'm not there.
Okay.
Player props. Let's see. What you got?
Well, looking at the actual first meeting this season, just for reference. So, of course, the Storm scored a ton of points, scored 102. NECA led the way with 25. Asia had 15 rebounds, had 15 points, and 5 rebounds. She didn't do anything. Really, nobody did anything. Jewel, though, took 15 shots. She went for the revenge game. She was 4-15, but there was a lot of volume there. Are you going for the Jewel Lloyd revenge game officially? Because she was really bad the first time around?
No.
Okay.
She
I kind of thought you
actually,
might.
she actually started the game off hot, and is when everybody fell off the cliff. Uh, no, I'm not. I said it. I feel like the Jewel revenge game doesn't come in Seattle. It comes in Vegas when the pace is completely pushed to a moon. I still think that this is a slower pace game here.
Okay.
So
You did
I'm
say
not
that
on the.
before.
Yep. Waiting for them to get to Las Vegas. Then I think the revenge game comes in, and that's where she dominates. I like Gabby still though.
Mm.
She's been good. She looks like she looks healthy. She looks way more comfortable in the offense, and they've now committed that they need that third additional scorer, and they're saying, Gabby, you're it. Like, we clearly know that you're it. So I like a Gabby. Any type of points and rebounds, PRA type of play.
I like the PRA 20.5.
Yeah.
And she has gone over this in 4 straight against the Aces. So
What else do we like here? Ezzy's had pretty good games against the Aces as well. It's at 9.5 points. She's had 12, 14, 10, 19, 14 now. The others, it's a lot. Some of those games, there are less people involved in offense, and so she could take more, but still pretty good. Pretty good there. Let's see.
Ezzy is so tricky though, because she's gone under 9 points in every game besides the matchup against the Aces. So it's like she only shows up for this game against the Aces, but she's really not been great offensively besides that, which is why it's kind of tricky. But I see where you're coming from though.
And then we also have, what's my autoplay? What's the line on? 23.5 for Skylar right now on the points and assists.
I think what concerns me is that the Storm scored 102 points and she only had 8 assists. That feels like a standard double-double game, and she just didn't get it.
And it just feels like that's going to be Jackie Young, and Jackie Young is very much locked into, hey, everybody else can look bad defensively, but I'm going to handle my matchup.
Yeah. I'm kind of tempted a little bit by Chelsea Gray, PA. I know that she has not really done us that many solids this season, but I have to mention it.
She's been good against the Storm.
Yeah, she has been. To mention the points and assists so far this season, she has gone over this number in 4 of the 5 games, because 15.5 is still insanely low for Chelsea Gray. And she did go under in the first meeting of the season. She also only played 24 minutes because they got destroyed. But she has gone over this in 4 of the last 5 against Seattle. So it's been pretty good in the head-to-head. It might just be based on the number for me. 15.5 is starting to get to disrespectful territory for Chelsea Gray. She can definitely get that number even having an average game. So I think I'm on the over with Chelsea Gray, PA, because 15.5 just feels too low. Even though I understand she's given us a hard time so far this season. I think we started to overcorrect a bit too much. So I'll go to the Chelsea Gray over at this point. I'll buy low.
I can never fault that. Can never fault a buy low spot. All right. That's enough of that. One game left. Minnesota Lynx on the road going to play my Golden State Valkyrie.
We don't know if he's going to play or not. We have no idea.
Nope. Let me see.
I haven't seen a single update on Fee yet.
We've got on the docket Golden State, home to the Mercury, road Dallas, road Seattle.
By the way, did you see Fee's updated MVP odds?
Minus 300?
Yeah, minus 300.
Yeah. Scott, can you pull up the whole updated list?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Can you skip past Caitlin Clark, AT, like that whole tier?
It might have to be on a local that I have, because I know that in New York I can't really access all the lines for MVP, but I can actually not. I could try a book real quick. I have locals that have lines on that too, so I could compare. But let me just quickly pull it up.
I'm curious of how everybody else, the others that are in the MVP tier, but not really in the MVP tier, but maybe somebody makes a leap into the MVP tier.
Right now, according to BetMGM, there are only 3 people who are below plus 5,000 to an MVP.
See?
You have Collier at minus 275. You have Caitlin at 450. You have Asia at 7-1. And then you have Stewie, who's 50-1 by herself. Everybody else is 66-1 or higher.
Okay. Now, who's been playing really well that maybe they just continue to play that well?
I think the Liberty
been playing really good.
I think the Liberty are too deep, by the way, so I don't see anybody from them getting it.
You know who's had a number? Shit, 4 25-point games this season already? Holy shit. Alicia Gray.
Okay.
That's crazy. And then what else? Who else here could take over?
Alicia Gray, by the way, is 500-1.
500-1. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's a 3-horse race. It always was.
Yeah, and the Sparks aren't going to be good enough for Kelsey Plum. Plum would be such a good pick because she just has she has the ball in her hands all the time, but they're not going to be good enough. They're clearly not going to win games. Yeah, they're not going to win games. All right.
I also question the consistency for Plum, but that's more of a long-term thing.
Oh wow, look at that. And look at I didn't even see my boy Ron in the chat talking about Plum. Yeah, no, I can't even recommend.
She has the upside. The Sparks might not be a 5. They might be a 500 team. They're not going to win MVP if they're around 500.
Yeah, you got to be a good team. All right. Back to Minnesota and Golden State. Playing 11.5. 158 is the total.
I like the under in the game.
Yeah.
The Valkyries so far this season still are not great at shooting, and we know the Lynx can clamp down against anybody. Now, of course, if Collier plays, the problem is can the Valkyrie get enough stops? to actually keep this game low scoring. Yes, the Liberty, you could argue, were looking ahead or just didn't care about the back-to-back. They hung in there. Liberty are really good. They held the Liberty offense in check for the most part. I think the Lynx are an elite team. They're 6-0. We picked them to be on a massive winning streak to start the season. We did call that. But I think it's a high total. The Lynx defensively, even without Collier, only gave up 71 against the Mercury. We know that they're an elite defensive team. Do we think the Valkyries can actually score against this team? I don't think so. I don't. So I'll go with the under.
You know who I think is going to score? They're not going to have a line on her, but Cecilia Zaniolini, revenge game here. Oh, dude, they be giving her, like, she don't see a ball. She don't see a three that she don't think is a good shot. She's going to shoot them. And she's pretty efficient at it, too.
You know what actually impressed me, though, from that last game against the Liberty? Salon. She was getting buckets.
She was hooping.
She was 7 of 19.
I kept thinking about, I wonder if she's related to the dude that plays for the Hornets.
All I know is that Salon did take a ton of shots. She ended up with 19 shot attempts at 18 points. But she had 18 and 13. She had herself a solid game. I'm assuming they're related.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to look it up. I should have asked ChatGPT, but they said that that's what's it called? Killing the environment. Yes, that is his sister.
Yeah.
That is his sister. I kept looking at her like, I feel like they're related. And I was like, they do have the same last name. I kept thinking about it. Yes, that is his sister. Shout out to the French. It's a lot of French names going around in hoops today. We talked about Gabby earlier. Shout out to Dominique. We didn't mention her. Shout out to Marine Johannes, who Jocko Jones outed for being gay. I meant to ask her about that too. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on the Valkyries. I'm on the Valkyries and give me under.
I'm gonna wait to see if Collier plays or not for the side. Valkyries, though, have been very feisty, at least from what people expected.
Oh yeah, if Collier plays.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll wait for that, but I like the under either way.
This is what I've learned about Minnesota. Minnesota's still a good team. I think still a good team. They were caught off guard with not having Nafisa Collier there, but they're still a good team. But Nafisa really does bail them out offensively on a lot of possessions.
And we know defensively she's elite too. So
yeah. So it's a really, and I think that honestly, the reason that I'm taking the Valkyries, and this would also play in more to the Nafisa Collier MVP angle, is that they really might realize, oh wow, offensively we just look like a completely different team without Nafisa Collier. Yeah, I think Kelly McBride is leading the scoring right now, and she's off of a couple of days practice, one game. And, you know, the first game she had 15. The second game, I think she had, 17?
That was such a nice win, though, against the Mercury without Nafisa. Because they were down, too. They came back in that game.
Shot Natisha Heidemann for a game winner. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all over the Valkyries here. I don't know how they do it. Honestly, I don't know how they do it, but I'm on my Valkyries.
They do it one way. Good coaching. It's a hell of a coaching matchup.
Shout out to Natalie Nakase. Like, that's the Becky Hammond coaching tree. She might surpass her. Yeah, I'm with you on under.
I just don't trust the I mean, the Lynx offensively should score anyway, but if he's going to be out, their offense should look worse. And we know the Valkyries offensively, they rely a lot on outside shots, but nobody can shoot. And we trust the Lynx being an elite defensive team of clamping if necessary. They give up 71 to the Mercury. If the Valkyrie ended up with, let's say, 70 points in this game, is that a realistic expectation? Because I can see that. I can see that. So you need less than 89 from the Lynx for this game to go under. That's kind of where I'm at. I see the Valkyries finishing somewhere in the 70s, probably enough to send this under. So I like the under in the game.
All right.
That was the last game, right?
Props for this one. Anything?
I mean, it's tough without knowing if Collier's going to play. That's kind of the problem. I don't see any Salon props.
And they still have her stuff listed. Yeah. That's also the annoying. But I don't have. Oh yeah, they don't have anything else for. Yeah, they're not. Wait, hold on. Let me check somewhere else. Because I was thinking, I want to get down on somebody else rebounds. This Golden State team, I just feel like they're not a good rebounding basketball team. Wait, huh? What time is this game, Scott?
This game is at 8:30.
Oh, I don't know why I thought this game was at 6. Yeah, they're gatekeeping the props. So Courtney Williams, RA, would probably be a play. I would, if he doesn't play, I would assume. Wait, what was the starting lineup that last game?
So last game for the Lynx. Sorry, just pulling that up. Sorry, I'm just getting it as we speak.
Bridget and Jessica Shepard was in. That's what I thought. I thought Jessica Shepard was in the starting lineup. I would play Jessica Shepard if they ever dared to give us a rebounds prop. I would play a rebounds
She had
prop
10
on
last
her.
game.
Yeah, they don't have any they don't have anybody
No.
with the size that's gonna really be able to compete with her. I think her at 6'4", she's like one of the taller people on the court already. So yeah, it would be like a Jessica Shepard or like a Bridget Carlton type of play here, points and rebounds, type of play here for me. I could see one of them. I could see one of them getting up, especially because the Valkyries are going to let you take a bunch of threes because they are going to take a bunch of threes. So it could be like a Bridget Carlton, Alana Smith type of day for threes. I say Bridget because Alana had the big game last game, and normally they like to alternate.
I think I'm into the Kayla Thornton under 1.5 made threes. It's at a plus 120. The volume has been high for her, but she can't shoot. Like, it's kind of where I'm at with her. You're looking at the numbers this season. She has been a mess from 3, but she keeps shooting.
Yep.
So I can understand why it's plus money for the under, but she's...
Hey, you know why? You know why?
Why what?
Got that.
Oh, yeah.
When you got that ring, you get all the shots you want.
For the record, last season, in 20 minutes,
you get all the shots you want.
Last season, she averaged 3.2 threes per game. This season, she's playing 10 more minutes than last year, and she doubled her three-point attempts. She's shooting 6.4%. I mean, she's shooting 6.4 threes per game. Do you want to guess what her three-point percentage is this season?
19.8%.
She wishes it was 19%. She's at 15.6. She can't hit a shot. I'm on the under threes. I think once again the Lynx are a solid defense, but Thornton couldn't hit water if she fell out of a boat at this point. Mid-season in the NBA, in the M, I was fading Khalil Ware. Kind of a similar story. Center who was just shooting threes for no reason, even though he couldn't shoot. That's how I feel about Thornton. She can't shoot. The volume, sure. I don't really care. Plus 120? Shooting 15% from 3? Yeah, right. Sure. Sign me up. Give me a Thornton under 1.5 threes, a plus 120.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Lock, dog, underdog. Oh my gosh.
To be honest, for a Commissioner's Cup slate, not really the best card.
Yeah, it's really not. It's kind of weird. Lock. Wow, I'm really not married to a bunch of plays. There's a lot of stuff that I like, but like married, it feels like it is a Sparks bounce back. Give me. When did they get in that last game? Yeah. Give me a Sparks team total over 83 and a half. No, I'm sorry, 84 and a half. Yeah. Sparks team total 84 and a half. They got the 86 last time around. And that was on the road. That was also with AT. So you lose one of your better defensive players. You also go on the road, and you have a Sparks team that's desperate, and they can score. I've never had questions about the Sparks offensively. It's just been defensively where my questions have come. So give me the Sparks go over their team total 84.5. Lock. Dog. Mm. No, Valkyries. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me, Valkyries. Let's go with what would I like for a dog? Wow. I'm kind of struggling here, Scott. Oh, all right. Let's go. All right, let's go back to Aces in Seattle. Because if I'm wrong about this game going under, or if I'm wrong about any of these games going under, it might be this one. And let's take Ezzy. Where's Ezzy at? Ezzy's been really good against them. And in a slower pace, if this is a slower pace under type of game, that actually does help Ezzy, I think, a little bit more. Maybe we get her rim running around the rim. Ace's defense really, really poor around the rim when it's not Asia Wilson trying to do everything by herself. So let's take Ezzy to go over. There we go. 12 plus points. I knew there was some type of level in between 15 and 10 that I could get to. 12 at plus 205.
All right. So for my lock, give me the under in the Lynx game against the Valkyries. I see it's down to 157.5. I did see a minus 102 on the under. I'll take that as my lock. For my dog, give me a same game parlay in that Aces game. I'm picking a higher scoring game than other people expect. I think that 159.5 is too low. So I'm going to go the same game parlay. Give me Chelsea Gray over 15.5 PA, parlayed with the over 159.5. That's plus 173.
So Chelsea Gray over PA and the over for the game plus
Yep.
173. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. I haven't been doing a
You're
show
trying to make your
parlay.
locks first.
Well, this would be the. Yeah, I am. I am trying to hit my locks first. What? Yeah. Matter of fact, what should be the requirement, Scott? 3 straight locks.
Yeah. It's like you it's like
3 straight locks
you
will give me.
unlocking it. You know, it's another feature on the
Yeah,
show. You have
yeah,
to unlock the parlay first.
yeah. Like the game,
Yeah, it's a
like it's
power
the
up.
unlocked character in the game. Yeah. All right. 3 straight locks, and then we'll start doing parlays again. Scott, that sounds
Yes,
hard.
it does.
It sounds really hard
Not gonna
right
lie, I'm
now.
getting cooked.
No, but it's funny because as I look at the account actually is not
No, because the
like
underdog
not
entries have
getting
been
cooked
great.
at all. It just keeps it continues to be this segment right here. It's really annoying. All right, let's get underdog. What do we like here for underdog? I do like Dierica. Oh, I should have played some type of Dierica play.
You can say it for underdog.
I'll put it in underdog. Yeah, underdog. Let's go Dierica higher 17 and a
Okay.
half points. I do really like that play. I also like not having the lock in dog in the same
Do you
game.
want to
So
go
that's
for the
fine.
Thornton threes play, or is it too dangerous because of the volume? But she's shooting 15% from three. I have to at least bring it up. She can't hit a shot to save her life right now.
What is she at? One
Yeah, it's
and a
1.5.
half. Lower is 1.11x. So we're just gonna bank on
Pretty
her just
much.
missing.
Unless you're against it, but
All
it is
right.
against the Lynx.
No, I'm not against. No, I'm not. No, I'm not against it. No, I mean,
That
it is
ring's
against the
heavy. It's
links.
messing up her shooting form. 15% from three is
You're
crazy.
right.
And she's attempting like 6 per game. Somebody's got to tell her you can't shoot anymore.
All right, Kayla Thornton lower 1.5 threes, and then we can
Cloud, as always. We can't quit her. She's too good.
10.5
I was
points.
gonna.
I think just take the points.
I'm not against that. Looking at her numbers, she's actually been quite bad at scoring lately. But if you want to go for RA,
At home? Is that on the road or at home?
let me just see. It's at home. She had less than 8 points in both games against the Valkyrie. She had 0 points against the Mystic.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no. And so like everybody in the arena was waiting for her to take shots. Everybody was waiting for to see Natasha Cloud put the ball in the basket. Like they were you could hear the awes and like everybody was waiting for it, and it just never
I think
happened.
I'm just in for the RA. I mean, she's been great besides the last game against the Mystics. She might have just had an off night in that revenge game, maybe. But I think it's a good spot. She had at least 10 RA in the previous 7 games dating back to last season. I'll go with the higher on the RA.
All right, Tasha Cloud RA.
Underdog, though, is 10.5 instead of 9.5.
We'll see.
But I'm still fine with it.
Underdog has already. Should I save it or should I? Underdog has already dropped my extender 40% bonus for game 1 in the NBA
Does it
playoffs.
expire? Because that game starts on Thursday.
Nope. I got 4
Okay.
days. So you know what? We'll save it. Maybe we're working the show later this week, and I like this. I love all of our underdog lineups, honestly, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna rush to just play it on the first underdog lineup we have. So here we go. Natasha Cloud higher 10.5 rebounds and assists. I actually do like that. Seeing that number at 10.5. You got De'Erica Hamby higher 17.5 points, and we got Kayla Thornton lower 1.5 3-pointers made. Adding that to underdog, it gets you 7 point. Wait, hold on. I hit the track button and it took it away from me. 7.2x on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Get that special pick and first time deposit offer up to what is it? Up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Yeah, the last one. Wow, they took an assist away from Plum. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, the last one was close. De'Erica got hooked. We should have went with the assist. If we took the assist as well, it would have cashed. But Plum
Although
was
we
just
have an
horrible
updated
all
roster
game.
move for the W.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that
Haley
pop in.
Jones
I think I know which one you're
signed with
talking
the
about.
Mercury for the rest of the season. If you like Haley Jones, you're gonna love Phoenix.
She's used to being on that side of the coast too. They're still not gonna be able to score, but they need her. All right. Let's see. Scott, anything else for people
Not
before we
really.
get out of here?
Once again, you have a couple of days off from the NBA, so check in on the W. Of course, we still got basketball basically every day in the league. Sometimes they have a couple of days off, but it's usually every day. Should be fun though. Looking forward to it, and of course, Commissioner's Cup. So it's fun stuff.
Yep. No games on Monday. So after tomorrow, nothing to talk about on a Monday. But we'll be back Tuesday for 3. Well, we'll be back Monday night for 3 games on Tuesday in the Commissioner's Cup. With that, he's at Rush Hour Radio. I'm at really raw __. Make sure you give us a follow. And WNBA Gambling Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Just a 5-star rating and review really, really helps that out. Make sure you like the video on the way out. If you're here on X/Twitter, make sure you head over to YouTube, like the video on your way out. Appreciate that. And I would love for a lock to go my way finally. Be very, very appreciative. With that, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We